is your first Chosen Pro Wrestling main event and is scheduled for
So let me get this straight. So the winner of this match not only has the distinction of winning the first ever main event in Chosen Pro Wrestling history, but they automatically become the #1 contender for Ray Kalitri's middleweight championship.
You want to talk about opportunity, you want to talk about high stakes, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
At the end of the day, we've talked about all night how this is about getting an opportunity further down the line in Titan Enterprises. And nothing makes that a reality more than that announcement by Monster Mac. Trey Felipe, Michael Fain, Nicholi White. One of them has the opportunity to truly make an impact by 2 weeks from now, stepping into a Titan Championship Wrestling ring and facing off for the middleweight championship.
It might be a case of good news you won, bad news you won, because the winner of this match, yeah, he's going to be the #1 contender, but he's got to deal with Vince Series, he's got to deal with AJ Penn and the rest of La Conexion. I wouldn't want to be on the bad side of La Conexion. I heard they got connections. Here comes Nicholi White, somebody who you, Alex, are very familiar with. If he wins this match, he'll be the #1 contender for 2 championship matches in 2 consecutive days.
Absolutely. He's got a big championship match coming up at Invictus against Ken Broadway on April 28th. And then, like you said, if he wins this match the very next night, he'll have a shot at Ray Kalitri for the Titan Middleweight Championship.
It'll be very interesting if that does happen, because you gotta wonder, how do you not spread yourself too thin trying to take that grand championship away from a guy like Ken Broadway, who is not going to give that up without the fight of his life. And if Nicholi White were to win that match, would he have anything left in the tank for Ray Kalitri the next day?
But let's not discount the third man in this match, all-in-one Michael Fain.
Michael Fain, a promising up-and-comer in the Northeast scene, of course. He's a graduate of the House of Glory Dojo, trained by Amazing Red and BXL. And he's in tremendous shape. Actually, all 3 men in tremendous shape. Once again, happy birthday, Trey Felipe.
What a birthday present it would be for him to win this match and get a shot at the middleweight championship.
And somewhere, maybe overseas, I haven't seen him all day, but maybe somewhere, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Egypt, Morocco, you gotta imagine Ray Kalitri's sitting down on a couch somewhere watching this on Mob Fight TV.
You know AJ Penn is probably trying to figure out a million different ways to get Kalitri out of this, because you know none of them probably knew about it, and none of them probably signed up for it.
From Queens, New York, the PFB of pro wrestling, the present, the future, and the best all-in-one, Michael Fain.
Michael Fain in tremendous shape. And he has a swagger and attitude to go with it.
From Harlem, New York, he is the Renaissance, Nicholi White. Next, standing into my right-hand corner behind me, he is from Rosa Park, New Jersey. He is the freshly Trey Felipe.
Main event with major implications.
Michael Fain not taking kindly to the Trey Felipe fan section here in Bayville, New Jersey.
White, Felipe, Fain. The winner is going to be the Titan Middleweight Championship #1 contender.
I think the hometown boy would have a cheering section here, the New Jersey native. You got Harlem, Queens, and Jersey in the ring.
Michael Fain just grabbed that bottle of water. Happy birthday chant for Trey Felipe. On the water, right in the face of Trey Felipe. And shoulder first goes the freshly. Nicholi White offended.
You could expect that Nicholi is not going to take that waste of water lying down, but a huge forearm to Nicholi White and another one to Trey Felipe.
Michael Fain slugging heavy-handed here tonight. Nicholi White firing back with a huge chop. Action fast and furious to start. Nice
Beautiful head scissors takedown from Nicholi White. And a drop kick.
Beautiful textbook execution.
And you got to think of all three men in the ring. Nicholi White has the most experience in this moment. Most experience in a main event. Most experience in a big-time match under the lights. In fact, it was at Invictus Pro Wrestling that Nicholi White had possibly the match that put his star on the map, one-on-one against Landon Hale.
Absolutely, and it's no secret Nicholi White is somebody that I've taken an interest in over at Invictus. I've given him some big opportunities. I'm going to be as unbiased as possible watching this matchup, but you can bet that I'm taking a particular interest in this matchup as well, seeing if he can rise to the occasion here at Chosen Pro as well.
Of course, Nicholi White riding a huge wave of momentum. Got Trey Felipe now, rolled off. Huge arm drag. Oh, he went for another one. Maybe went to the well one too many times.
The strength of Trey Felipe on full display, just stopping that arm drag attempt in its tracks.
Trey Felipe has the momentum and the cheering section.
Felipe the Freshly, a man who has spent the last year or so of his wrestling life working and learning under the tutelage of Ring of Honor and indie legend Azriel, learning under the tutelage of Steve Pena. Both of those men have taken an interest in the career and the learning of Trey Felipe, and you gotta wonder if he's gonna be able to take that, all of that he's learned from those men, and take it all the way to a shot at the middleweight championship.
Well, you also can't discredit Michael Fain again. Graduated of House of Glory. You look at the names the House of Glory have pumped out over the years.
Including the Invictus Grand Champion.
Broadway, absolutely.
Private Party amongst others, notable.
Cover and only a 2 count on Nicholi White. Great ring awareness there from Michael Fain. In these types of multi-man matches, you really need to have awareness of all parts of the ring, a set of eyes on the back of your head, and Michael Fain seems to have that in spades. Right now, not missing a beat, taking Trey Felipe off the apron and going back to work on Nicholi White.
And Fain here, only a 2 count. And as you, to your point, Alex, in these type of matches, you gotta have your head on a swivel.
Absolutely.
Gotta be able to see what's coming both in front of you and behind you.
Big body slam there to Nicholi White.
You don't got no chance, just like each and every one of you that would have gotten this ring with me.
And you gotta imagine how Nicholi White, if he incurs enough damage in this match, he might hobble into Invictus in Bloom in 2 weeks.
You got also interesting way of attack there by Trey Felipe. Instead of going after Michael Fain to try to break up the submission, he went after Nicholi White to try to pull him out of the ring.
Oh, wow, and a springboard to break up that pin.
That's one way to do it.
Each man in this match has his own motivation to win this match. Oh, and a double stomp by Trey Felipe.
Beautiful insecurity there from Nicholi White. All three men are down. And I have to agree with the Bayville faithful here. This is awesome.
Yes, indeed, it is. With these three looking to make a huge impression. And again, they're fighting for all the marbles right now because the winner's going to next level in 2 weeks.
And, had to be a surprise to these three men. How do you think that changed their mindset walking out through the curtain, hearing that announcement for the very first time, Al?
Well, that adds extra motivation. You'd have to imagine, these guys were already motivated to be the winner of the first main event in chosen history, but they get a Titan middleweight championship shot on top of it? It's like the icing on the cake. Nicholi White.
Oh! Double springboard back elbow takes out both his opponents.
Off of a handstand.
He hit something like that, you might have a new grand champion on your hands. And it is athleticism and wherewithal like that made Nicholi White the #1 pick for the chosen roster.
He was the standout of that tryout. Sling blade into a DDT that took out both men.
Cover on Michael Fain, but only enough for a 2 count. Goes for the cover on Trey Felipe, but only a 2 count as well.
Gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If you're Ray Calitri, are you worried watching this match that your title reign's coming to an end in 2 weeks?
Ray Calitri has been through a gauntlet, who's who, in defending that middleweight championship in Titan Championship Wrestling. In fact, at the last Titan show, I said it straight up, he is truly the shining star of the Titan Championship, of the TCW champions.
Oh, Trey Felipe with a huge knee. Nicholi won't be drinking any water anytime soon.
But Felipe unable to capitalize.
Oh, going after Michael Fain, clothesline over the top. Went for a clothesline on Nicholi with a corkscrew plancher over the top rope. To a round of applause here in Bayville.
Now it looks like Trey Felipe might be getting ready to fly.
And Trey Felipe over the top rope and lands seated in the front row.
Fosbury flop. CPW chants filling the air here tonight at the Bayville Elks Lodge.
And Nicholi White caught Trey Felipe on that second rope with a German Canadian Destroyer. That would have made Petey Williams proud.
This might be it.
Michael Fain in the nick of time. This is awesome chant, and rightfully so.
All three of these men were fighting.
We have to believe that whoever makes it to their feet first is going to turn the tide of this matchup.
Initially, these three men were fighting for the recognition of being the first person to win the main event at a chosen pro wrestling show. Now, fighting for the chance to be the #1 contender for the middleweight championship at Titan.
Trey Felipe springboard double stomp to break that one up. Trey Felipe now the only man on his feet.
You know, the Fresh Fleet had to take it personal when Nicholi White got picked ahead of him, picked as the #1 pick. This right here is like that rivalry that you see in sports. The #1 pick, the #2 pick. They go head to head, and they're sitting there saying, I'm better than you. Oh, looking for Alkaline 88 was Nicholi White.
Oh, and a huge kick to the side of the face. Springboard cut out the second rope.
Fresh cut, the fresh cut.
Michael Michael Fain, interception, and Michael Fain stealing the win.
Michael Fain's going to next level, and he's got a date with Ray Calitri for the middleweight championship.
Trey, Felipe,